Red Eye Radio. It'll keep you up all night.
Yeah, so welcome back to part 2 of the chat, looking back with Michael Chugg from my old radio show, The Red Eye. And it was funny just hearing part 1 back, actually making that, the fact that the songs, Akadaka and The Police, they weren't on the playlist, and I was only told I could change one song an hour, but I thought if I can do some interviews, maybe I can whack in some songs that would suit it, so it's fun hearing them back. Not so much fun hearing the gay little radio announcer voice bits back like this one, but I hope you enjoy part 2 of Michael Chugg.
No matter where you are,
Yeah, I was just thinking about the video clip because she is a honey. Jamelia, superstar on the Red Eye for a Friday morning as we go live around the country. We pick up our chat again with Michael Chugg now. He was just saying how he went over to England and saw The Police, and we played Don't Stand So Close to Me, and yeah, that's where we picked up the conversation.
I came back to Australia and I went to Paul and said we should start touring all this new explosion. It's going to be a monster. And it hadn't really happened. Roxanne was just about to pop.
Yeah.
The Sex Pistols had been and gone. But there were all these bands and it felt incredible. And he said, no, we've got to tour these bands. He said, I'm not touring that East End scum. Hi, Paul, I hope you're listening.
Wait, that's just crazy.
And so the next day we had a meeting at Premier Artists, and Gadinsky was there. And I said, Mickey, because he'd had a touring company called Evans Gadinsky, which had folded.
Yeah.
And hadn't had any touring stuff going on. And I said, Mickey, I think we should start a touring company because there's something happening. And he said, I know. And he opened up his briefcase. And he had signed publishing contracts with Elvis Costello, The Clash, The Police, Squeeze, Madness.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious.
Wow.
And I said, oh, wow, that's great. Obviously, it was really going to... Because Michael was, when the whole Aussie sort of rock thing happened, when Thorpe grew his hair and things like that, Michael was right there.
Wow.
At the beginning of that. And when it changed from the pop thing into the Chain and the Aztecs and that amazing band, Healing Force, that probably the best one-hit wonder I've ever heard, called Golden Miles.
Right.
I'm sure you've played it occasionally.
Just trying to... I've gone blank on Golden Miles.
Well, that's Golden Miles. No, I'm not going there. You should listen to it, son.
Okay, I'll check it out.
You've got to get into the history of Australian rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great stories there. And Chuggy was just talking about the song Golden Miles. Don't have that in the system, but I do have some classic Aussie rock in Noiseworks. Miles and Miles. Here it is. More with Michael Chugg coming up on the Red Eye.
Some people say stand high above the world, but I say let it roll. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome Aussie rock. John Stevens leading Noiseworks, Miles and Miles on the Red Eye as we jump back into our chat with Michael Chugg, who at the beginning was talking about being in New York for the funeral, unfortunately, of Ian Copeland. The Copeland family, an amazing story. Stuart Copeland, of course, the drummer for The Police, and also a great soundtrack guy for movies. I think he's even won Oscars and stuff, but he's like really, really well regarded in the industry and stuff. And yeah, I asked him more about Ian Copeland.
Ian Copeland was the brother of Stuart Copeland.
Oh.
And who's Stuart Copeland, Togsy?
Why does that name go really familiar?
Come on, buddy.
Is he the drummer from The Police?
What I was saying about DJs.
The drummer from The Police?
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, now what are you going to take it back? Take back whatever you're going to say just then.
Oh, it was a good one. I was commenting on my story about DJs, which I don't think on tape, which is great. Where were we, Sunshine?
I was asking about Ian Copeland and like...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ian Copeland was the brother of Stuart Copeland, drummer of The Police. The older brother, Miles Copeland, was the manager of The Police.
Oh.
They were brought up in the Middle East. Their father, and I forget his first name, was one of the 3 or 4 guys that were put together to start the CIA.
Are you for real?
I'm for real.
Hey, what a good story.
And that's why when they did all this, Ian Copeland called his agency FBI. Frontier Boogie International. Miles' record company, which was very successful, was called IRS. Anyway, it was a great... Anyway, and Kaninsky said, and I've just been past Ian Copeland's office in New York, and I'm talking about the police and squares. So they were the first two tours. So it was great. And I first met Ian. I was going around the world, and he said, make sure you go and see Copeland. I said, oh, yeah, sure, yeah. So I said, where are they? He said, West 57th and Broadway. What's the street number? Oh, shit. I can't remember. I said, Michael, that's fucked. He said, listen, when you walk around the corner, look up to the fourth floor on the right, about 2 or 3 houses long, buildings long, and if there's a cloud of smoke coming out, that's it. So sure enough, I walk in. Hey, Chuggy, I heard so much about you, man. Here, have a joint. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, they're awesome stories, aren't they? Ian Copeland there, and I'm sure he's sadly missed by a lot of people around the world, but his brother had a great career managing the police. Of course, Sting was one of the stars of that came out of the police, and he went his own way. This is a great song from him now. More from Chuggy shortly. We'll wrap it up, but this is We'll Be Together on the Red Eye.
Red Eye Radio. It'll keep you up all night.
It's going to be huge later in the year, isn't it? When Robbie Williams hits town. Unbelievable. We've been speaking this morning with the promoter of that event, Michael Chugg, and he had some pretty cool things to say about Robbie.
Now, let's talk about the campaign to try and get Robbie Williams to do another Perth and another Brisbane.
What are we going to do for that?
Well, we got to get the kids to put up their hands and say we want another show. Well, kids, the population. I mean, I sent an email tonight and said, if you do another Perth and Brisbane, you'll break Madonna's all-time record. So that might get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very exciting.
That's awesome stuff, man.
And we got Coldplay arriving in about 2.5 weeks, rehearsing and opening their tour in Brisbane. Very exciting.
Do you still get the same buzz, Chuggy, now as you did back in the days, like with the music?
Oh, yeah, sure. You know, you get the buzz out of being able to present great attractions and then watching the audience have a lifetime memory.
Do you reckon you lived your dream?
Oh, I pretty much lived it.
Yeah.
The only thing I regret is I didn't go to university.
Yeah, but would you have learnt what you've learnt now? Or what do you want to do at uni?
I would have learned how to hang on to all the money. Anyway.
And what was the award that you went over to England for just not too long ago?
At a music conference in London every year. It's been going about 20 years.
And you got, what did you win?
I got a promoter of the year.
Around the world?
Yeah.
Mate, congratulations.
Oh, no, it's okay. I didn't deserve it.
Why?
Oh, I gave a good speech, though.
Did ya?
Yeah. Put shit on them. They hate it. 200 years ago, we sent him down there, and every year he walks in here to haunt us. The convict's back. Welcome, Michael Chugg. Carl, shut up. Yeah, we love it.
Good stuff, Chuggy.
All right, son.
Well, mate, you're welcome on the show anytime. And, of course, get out there and support Robbie Williams, which is going to be huge anyway. I mean, massive sellouts.
We've got some good young bands coming through.
Like who?
Oh, the Eels, one. Pennywise. Well, they're not that young, but they're great. I can't even remember half the names. Isn't that a bummer?
And what's the go with, like, if you see a new band come out in America or something like that, or even Australia or whatever, let's say America, how do you go about signing up to do a tour with you? Do you fly over and meet them, or does a record company offer them to you?
No, they might be with an agent who you deal with. You might have been pointed at it by the record company,
right?
Or one of the kids in the office picked it up. And you just... I'll be in LA and people will talk to me.
Okay.
And they tell you about things. I heard about John Mayer years ago in a rival agent's office.
Wow.
He gave me the CD and he said, I don't represent this guy, but he's a monster. And I've been lucky enough to do all his tours. He's got a great new album coming out in September.
Yeah, he's great, John Mayer.
We're looking forward to that, and he'll probably come this year for a couple of shows.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Chuggy, seriously, fun talking to you. It always is. And thanks for being on the show, mate, and all the best with everything, and we'll catch you soon.
Be very careful and don't blow it, because I know you can.
Mate,
Love you, baby.
See you, mate.
See you, mate.
Thanks. Yeah, there he is, Michael Chugg. It's going to be awesome checking out Robbie Williams later in the year, of course. The tickets, big sellouts for the show so far, and if you jump onto chuggentertainment.com, you can, and I think, contact radio stations and newspapers around Australia. I'm sure they'll get that extra 2 shows to break Madonna's record. It's going to be huge. But let's go out with a song from John Mayer, the guy who was just talking about. This is No Such Thing on the Red Eye.